Are you doing quarterfinals? Are you doing the workouts?
I've still been debating it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know with the wedding if it was like you didn't want to necessarily like put yourself through the gauntlet, you know, like because it's hard. Those are really hard workouts, but you're in really good shape. And I was just wondering, like, if you were
I was
like
just talking to Kate about that. Yeah, I was saying that I was still debating it because if it wasn't the weekend before my wedding, I would probably consider it more. But even though I'd get capped, I'd still try.
Yeah, just like go through them, and your name will move up over everyone who didn't do them too.
Yeah. But who knows if I'll make it again? So
well, I think you will if you just keep the course. You definitely will. So when are you going to make the call? Because it's time to get going.
Way to lay the pressure on.
Well, hey, I don't know.
I was going to probably decide by today.
She goes out of town Thursday, right? Thursday. And she's getting married in Hawaii. What island again?
Oahu.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Awesome. That's so cool. I mean, I told her, I was like, well, whatever you decide, but I wouldn't even do power cleans like 2 weeks before because I always ended up with like huge collarbone bruises. I mean, Dan laid down mats for me to do burpees.
So you wouldn't bang your body up?
Well, yeah, for my knees. I was a big baby, but
oh no, same way.
You know, if there's a time to be a press,
he said he would put that foam bar for back spots. Just do it, whatever you need.
Yeah. You know, Dan will act like a big jerk, but when it gets down to it, he'll be a big.
So if you were to do these, would you start today or tomorrow? Tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, and so you do like 2 in one day.
Probably.
Okay. Yeah. If you were going to do it, okay. Cool.
Brandon, you're making me anxious the way you're talking about it. Jeez.
I just don't know if we're going
to do Monday. Are they by Monday? Is that the due date for them?
Yeah.
And there's 4. There's 4 workouts. Yeah.
They gave me a little bit more time by saying, you have until Monday to register. And I was like, well, I have to make a decision before that, for sure. But
hammer them all out in one day.
Yeah. Well, is it that also so, like, if you can kind of see how you do and if you don't like it.
If you don't like them, don't register.
Yeah.
You can do that.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, you can't do that?
You can, I think. You just have to have your videos sort of like time-stamped in some way, I think. Like, so they know that you... Because they released them Monday, but you weren't allowed to start them until Thursday.
Oh.
So they don't want people
doing
them and then, like, you know, doing one Monday, doing one Wednesday, and then saying, I did it, started doing it Thursday. I don't know how they're...
Got to hold up a newspaper, like a ransom. Today's the date.
Yeah, I don't know. Drake takes over after the Open, and so I just, like... I got to actually jump on here and get a judge's sheet for my mom, like print out a master's one. I'm going to go judge her for that.
Awesome. Good for her.
But I think some of it, I'm not putting my body through that right now. I'm not doing quarterfinals. I was like, next year, maybe I'll train up and try and get as far as I can through it. But when I'm not like that and that, then I won't like read every detail. I probably should. But,
he doesn't want to do any power cleans either because we have a photo shoot in a couple weeks. You know, he's trying to look pretty.
I don't think. Do they have power cleans?
I don't think there's power
cleans.
this time.
Yeah.
They don't have power.
I'm just using an example of how you can.
I know the workouts. You've got dumbbell hang squat cleans, but no power cleans. I do know the workouts.
Yeah,
so
you always bruise yourself by putting dumbbell there.
So Kim, how long you been training with us now?
Almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years, April 12th.
Okay.
I started Elements.
2 years, April 12th.
And
talk
you
right into that. Yeah.
You started right after you got engaged, right? When did you get engaged?
April 1st.
Okay.
2024. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So you wanted to start training to be in good shape for your wedding. Is that kind of the goal?
Yeah.
Okay. We're coming up on it. Yeah. Awesome.
And I started Elements and with Amanda, and she was awesome. And I was like, wow, there's a lot more that goes into this than I expected. But I was so nervous because Patrick always wanted me to come with him and go to the gym and find the community. And I was like, no, it's your thing. It's okay. Like, I'll just be friends with everybody at the social. But I don't know if I'll fit in or anything. I don't have an athletic background really. So, and he's like, you'll love it. And so it took him 4 years to get me.
You did some Team Tuesdays and stuff, didn't you? I remember you before 2 years ago, like from the socials, but also you
right.
been to the gym, you just hadn't quite
Yeah.
jumped all the way in.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like you're very coordinated though. Like anytime I
thank
watch
you.
your form on anything, it's really good.
I've
Yeah.
never heard that before.
Did you go to? Did you ever get to see the old gym?
Yeah, we were at the old gym.
I thought I
It's
remember you
Tuesday.
there. Did you do any like yoga or dance type things before?
I did a little bit of yoga, but I
Okay.
did system of strength.
Yep.
And I started doing the at-home like digital studio workouts,
Yep.
and so I would
Yep.
do the moves I wanted and kind of cherry pick a little bit. But
Yeah.
so this kept me more accountable, and I really liked that.
Yeah.
Because you have good mobility, and sometimes people with like a yoga background that will start CrossFit, they have to build up some strength, but I'm like, you've got all the skills and form because like your joints just move the right way. So that you don't have to like bend them into position over time.
Yeah.
So you seem to have that. When did you feel like it really, because I've definitely seen, like you were into it and kicking ass like right away, but there's always, I feel like a few months into it, there's something that like you start to see some progress or something starts to kind of like kick.
Yeah.
Do you remember like a moment or like a time where you're like, okay, now we're rolling. I really like this.
Yeah, there was definitely a workout. It's the overhead squat workout where it's 21 down by 3.
Yep.
And for time, and I took
Just
30 minutes to do
okay.
it.
Yep.
Which was embarrassing for me, and it was like I did 55 pounds, and I decided at that moment I was like, I never want to feel that way again.
Yeah.
Just feeling like I was the last one, which is fine. It's fine to be the
No,
last
I
one
know what you
doing
mean.
it, but I was struggling so hard.
Yep.
It was mentally so rough for me.
Yep.
But I decided, I was like, I don't want to feel like that again. I want to make sure I build strength. I want to be able to finish these workouts and be proud of my time and what I did. So even though I was proud of that I finished it, I knew from that moment on I wanted to build up my strength more and
I know what you mean.
really kick it into gear. Yeah.
Well, good for you for not scaling so much that you didn't feel that though. Because I've been in that exact same position, and you can't want to get better until you're like where I was
feel
like
deep shame.
Yeah. Where I'm like the last one done on a dip workout, and I'm like, okay, I am making myself do all of these because if I scale it, then I don't feel what it feels like to be as bad as I am.
I know.
but just to have that strength that's hard, where you don't like scale the movement or the weight or whatever, so you can really feel where you are, because most people aren't going to do that. They're just going to like, because you're in good condition, they're gonna scale so much they feel good and they're moving through it. But you have to reach that point where you're like, I either want to get better and feel this, or I just want to kind of feel good about myself. And sometimes it's funny because when my old colleague Lauren used to work with me, she went to school at Ohio State. She was a dietitian, and she's like, everyone in school, like they teach us not to have anyone feel shame, but you seem to allow people to sit in that. And I'm like, yes. If you don't feel embarrassed by your actions, if you say you're going to do something and you don't do that, I'm going to let you sit there. And it's okay. You're fine, but you should feel regret. Right? Yeah. That's the only way you move forward. That's the only way you want to make change.
That's the way you grow, I feel.
Yeah,
like. So
you have to kind of, but I mean, but to choose to do that workout and do that in the hard way, it takes a lot of guts. And it was really cool to see you come in and like do the workouts first. I knew that was a big step, and it can be intimidating here, but then to also want to grow and to get better, that's cool.
Yeah,
so props to you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I don't think like it's a gym's main goal or even any goal to have anyone feel any kind of shame or embarrassment. I was just joking about that, but there is a sense of like, man, this should not take me that long, or I should not be struggling that much with this. And like, I thought I was in pretty good shape, and I'm young and I'm strong, but man, there's people around me that are killing this. Like, it's a motivator type of thing, and it kind of can set a good course in there.
Yeah, and no one made me feel bad about it.
Yeah.
All of our
we've all felt that. Like, we're embarrassed, not because
on.
anyone else doing it, but like there's a sense of like it was my own, and that's a sign that we're driven internally to do better things. Yeah.
I just think in this day and age, if you feel bad at all, society wants to immediately erase it, and I think there's something real positive that can come out of feeling uncomfortable, you know, to just sit in whatever that is and in whatever circumstance you have. And I feel like, you know, it's okay to feel that sometimes.
Yeah, Patrick will say she works out with a chip on her shoulder because of that workout.
Yeah,
it's like she doesn't want to feel that way, so she's going to try everything she can to get through it. And
absolutely,
I try.
Yeah, you've gotten so much stronger. I was just watching you go through, I think, was it the last workout that we did?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, you have to do this podcast, please, with us, because it's so cool to watch how exhausted you were doing heavy thrusters, and it just was really neat to see that strength come through. And I wish I should have taken a video of you, because you look just so strong doing it. You know.
Thank you. Last year when I did the Open, it was my first year doing my first year doing the Open, and then the first time I did pull-ups ever, and then I did a few chest to bar. And so this year I was working on pull-ups and toes to bar and everything throughout the year. And then this year I was able to do the other workout that had pull-ups and chest to bar. And I was like, oh, this feels great.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm doing better this year.
How many chest to bar pull-ups were in that workout?
This
20.
last one, there was 20.
Okay, yeah. And when you're really exhausted too.
Yeah. They were singles, but I did.
Yeah, hey, that's all right.
Back to you guys' point, like, feeling, so I think a lot of people can get something out of this, like feeling like you're going to go into a workout, and a lot of times I think it's like a workout, like you just said. I was just kind of holding this thought in. It's not even one you see coming. It's one sometimes you think you're going to do okay on, and then that one goes left on you.
Like
and you're like,
the first open workout for me.
Yeah. Well,
I was so positive before, and I was like,
you didn't know how your quads were going to react to that.
Yeah, I just did not. Yeah, it was rough.
Exactly. And then you're like, okay, so it gives you something. You're like, I thought I was going to do really well on that, or that had been a move I used to be good at, and I just haven't done it. And I remember one year, you know, double unders is like something I feel like I can typically do, like sleepwalking. I'm pretty good on a jump rope, play around with it a lot. And there was one year I hadn't done them. I'd done a lot of power hour. We were doing the Open, and I was pretty competitive in it. This is probably like 8-9 years ago. And there was a workout that had like sets of 100 double unders.
Oh, my gosh.
Big chunks.
Yeah.
And muscle ups and things like that. Now, while I didn't do, I would say, terrible, the double unders.
Was this at the old gym?
Yeah.
I remember
The
watching
double
you
unders. Like, I was
this
like.
was painful to watch.
I was clipping on them. I hate to say this, I had a judge who was not the best at counting them.
Jeez, here we go.
No. But I was like, I would think I was done, and he's like, 20 more.
That's a movement where I'm on a totally different number than my judge, and it gives me anxiety when I'm going. I'm like, where you at? Because in my mind, I'm kind of, it's a hard one. You could be off by a little bit.
Once you start messing up on
like
double unders,
5
it can be
times in
bad.
the workout, because there were chunks of 100, and I'd get tired. I'd stop. I'd be like, oh. In my head, I'm like, I just got 65. He's like, 43. I'm like,
No time to argue. You sure?
I thought I was doing 150.
Trying to be nice, but I'm the owner.
Did do
That's so
150.
bad.
Regardless, I just made sure, I'm like, I just need to make sure I'm picking a rope up a little more often, and like that, you know, whatever it is. And it was
Get
like
a better judge.
Retest.
It was a motivating factor to, like, you know, do a move that I was like, I thought I just had locked down. Or
well, it's a
whatever
good
it is.
check-in.
Yeah.
Like even on that first workout, you know, I think I was talking to you beforehand. Like for me right now, I kind of feel like I have to choose. If I'm going to do well in CrossFit, I just kind of need to have a little more weight on me. Like I feel like I need to be really well fueled and strong. And that week, I was really adhering to my diet, and I went in feeling like. What's that?
Dork.
Yeah. Well, I just went in feeling like a little weak, you know, like I was like, I don't know why. I just had this huge breakfast, but I just feel a little weak. And I was kind of sick that week too. But I guess my case in point was I was able to make a transition like, all right, listen, you've got to just fuel for these workouts if you want to do well. And yes, be healthy, whatever, but this is not a time to get leaner. This is a time to fuel for the workouts. And whatever spring break's going to be there, it's fine. You don't need to do videos in your bikini. Like your goal is to do well in these workouts. So let's do well in these workouts. And so, you know, I think it helps you transition. It can help you like kind of do a check-in. What do I need to do to do a little better.
Definitely get in the right mindset for
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Or just not put as much pressure on it, because I was just putting a lot of pressure on myself too. Like, hey, let's just enjoy it. If you can't enjoy this, then what's the point?
Yeah.
You know? So, okay. So you're on the fence about the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
After you get married, kind of what are your goals from there?
Oh wow, I haven't thought. It's hard to see after.
This is the
wedding,
big
right?
this is the big thing,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
that we've been building to for a long
Yeah.
time, right?
I still want to continue getting stronger.
Yeah.
I definitely want to do a 200-pound back squat. I know
Okay.
that sounds crazy.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I know
Yeah,
you have
that's
some
good.
goals.
Yep.
Yeah. Where are you at right now with your back squat?
I've only gone up to 185.
Okay.
I try to, when I do percentages and we do
Yeah.
back squats, I try to make my percentages off of 200 to see
Yeah.
if I can attempt it.
Yeah.
But that's my end goal, is to try to
Okay.
get 100.
Yeah.
It's not a pie in the sky goal. It's
Right,
right
right.
there. Yeah.
Happy. Yeah, I remember struggling with 135 when I first
Wow.
when I first hit that. I was so excited, and then I couldn't get over that for so long. And when I finally did, I was like, wow, that's so great. I feel so good about it. And then I do want to do bar muscle ups. Dan's telling me that I need to strengthen my lats more. So I do want to be able to get those. And obviously I have to be with my chest to bar and everything too.
Yeah.
So gymnastics really.
Okay. Yeah, and you've done so much better. And you
Hard to do both though, you know.
Yes.
Strength
Yes.
and gymnastics.
Yeah, it is. It is. But you're at a good like weight to strength ratio, and you came in pretty light, you know, to this whole thing. Have you put on more muscle? Like, have you seen? Did you gain any weight from putting on muscle?
Definitely. So when I first, it's funny because when I first joined, it was right around the beginning of Summer Shred in 2024, and I looked at those pictures when I was any other competition or just in general.
It's hard to remember back now.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And I had this big bruise from power cleaning.
Yeah.
I sent it to you, and I was like, wow, Kate's gonna think I just like beat up myself at the gym.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had no muscle tone. I just felt like I was just like this little thing, and I put on probably like 8 pounds of muscle.
Yeah. And I mean, you look the same size, but just like solid.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. It's cool it'd be cool to see those side by side.
Yeah.
And I think women are just always so, it's so ingrained in our head to like be lighter. You think it's a negative thing, but I mean, I think, you know, even if you haven't done that yourself, to put those two together, it'd be really cool to see.
Yeah, definitely. It's made me more excited to be stronger and not worry about my weight.
Yeah.
Instead of, when I used to do that, when I used to worry about being lighter and things like that,
Well, what people don't see, and, you know, not to get like super specific with women's bodies, but what it really does is it fills out your legs in a good way, like just squatting and doing that stuff where it's like, you know, there's nothing here. And then like once you get under a barbell, like this all just fills up your back. Is like,
see, girls don't like
no. It just gets solid. It doesn't look like it's gonna snap.
Not helping.
But when you say to any girl, like, just your legs will fill out,
yeah,
your
nice
back,
strong,
it'll be just
nice
thicker.
strong back.
Everything is solid and thick.
It's not. No. So
really haven't worked on my legs,
you would
so
want
it is
like
nice now.
you would want like more of like a. Like what are they? The straw man out on the farm thing.
I will never. Yeah, I will never have legs like that. So I think I've always wanted that. You know, I've always had like thicker legs, but it's funny because like what we have in our I think and when I say we, I mean I think not every single girl on the planet thinks like this, but it's so ingrained. It's hard not to think. Thinner is sexier, and I grew up in the 90s.
I was going to say, she didn't grow up in the 80s and 90s with Kate Moss as her, like...
Right. Well, and I didn't, like, think Kate Moss was everything, but being thin was in style, and now you probably see on Instagram where being thin is kind of coming back into style with Ozempic or whatever. We don't have to get on that topic, but it's true. Like, it's starting to kind of come back in where strong was important for so long, and I think sometimes it takes you... feeling something that you wanted to understand that that's not what you want. And when I was going through, like, I had some eye surgeries like almost 10 years ago now, and I was on a lot of prednisone. Yes, that I lost weight on, and it makes your limbs really thin. And I was like, man, here I am. I was in Lululemon. I was trying on these pair of shorts. I was real light for me. It was like I was like in the 120s, which I never was unless I was doing fitness shows. And I was like, this does not look good. I look sick to me. Like, I don't look strong. I feel like I'm embodying someone that's not a strong person. And to a certain degree, if you're strong, there's going to be something to you. You know, there's going to be like, hey, I'm going to be noticed. Like the whole thing of taking up space. I think there's something to that. You know, like there's something to like a powerful woman being attractive, which I think is what you're trying to say. It's just funny. Like, I know he always tries to give me these pep talks, and every time he talks, I'm like, oh, I think we need to change the verbiage. But
I'm not. I'm not politically correct. I guess.
No, but I mean, I understand what you're saying, or like things that look natural, like you're always talking about like the Kardashians with the big butts on the skinny stick legs. Like it's just not natural.
That's weird.
You don't have toothpick legs with a big like.
Yeah.
Like if we'll go to Miami and they have those surgeries and they've got like a independent body part moving on like legs that haven't moved. You know.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't fit because I'm used to seeing.
It's really fun to watch.
I'm used to seeing girls who in here who have butts that look like that, but they have legs that are attached to them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
I know. I used to think that was normal. I'm like, how do you get that? And
right.
You just gotta get strong legs, and your butt will come with it.
Get your ass under a barbell and lift it, real heavy weights.
Yeah. And so now I'm proud of trying to be strong. And
that's awesome.
Being strong. Yeah.
Now, Kim, you've been doing some dedicated strength work for, I don't know, seems like about the last 6 months or so. How do you fit that into, because you've also maintained a lot of fitness for CrossFit, how have you kind of like married all of it? Because you're training a lot, but you don't seem broke down, tired, and hurting too much. So like how I'm always interested to see how people can make it all work like that.
It kind of came after getting set back from, I was excited about doing push-ups. I was finally able to do a push-up without assistance. And once I did that, and then I was benching, and I was training for Festivus this past summer shred in 2025. And we had a 95-pound bench, and that was heavy for me. It still is heavy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's
not easy.
The most reps as possible between three of us, and I like just really trained so hard. I was hurting my shoulder really bad. Yep. And so after that, and then we did Murph pretty soon after, and we did all those push-ups, and I was like, okay, I just got to get through Murph, and then I'll take a step back. And so I actually asked Dan for some help with shoulder things and taking a step back and making sure that I'm doing the right things, and healing it too, like PT things, and because he knows best about that right now. So so he gave me a lot of different strength exercises, and so I started realizing that to be able to maintain fitness and be able to do the workouts in class and things like that, maybe after or before the workouts do some PT, or afterwards do some strength. So I started building in squatting and benching and things like that outside of class.
So have you felt like because at first that's a bit of a transition, did you start all at once, or did you kind of build in like some volume? Okay. I was going to say, because it seems like you've done it well, and like the amount of volume you can do now, like it's awesome. And I see like how much you're working, but I'm like, it's hard to go from class to class and that every day.
Yeah, like sometimes I wouldn't do class. I'd step back and do
just make sure you were getting your strength stuff in. Yep.
Prioritizing I think that's good for also like especially women to hear. I really do tell my clients now, like, hey, if you're going to prioritize anything that's strength training,
and make sure you get that in.
That is so much more important. Like the cardio, I mean, be active, go for walks, but like if you're going to skip anything, skip the cardio. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've
been able to pretty much usually keep up with the cardio. I definitely think that it's come farther since I've joined CrossFit, but
you had a pretty good cardio base.
I feel like I had a decent cardio base, and like
especially that SOS, you're just moving the whole time. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, if I really need to work on something, it's going to be the strength, and then I can hopefully get back into cardio pretty easily, or
because it comes more natural for you. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Than being strong.
Yeah. Well, and I think, you just kind of have to see where like your background is. And usually it's like whatever you've worked on for so long. So did you play sports like growing up, or?
A little bit.
Yeah. What'd you do?
I did a little bit of gymnastics when I was in like younger, really young, like
Okay.
through, like third grade. And
Okay,
then
cool.
I did basketball in like junior high, a little bit in high school, and then softball.
Okay.
Again, I played outfield. I was never
Yeah,
really the
yeah.
athletic type. So
Yeah. Yeah. Where did you grow up?
Lancaster.
Okay.
Ohio. Mhm.
Okay.
It's a little
Cool.
south. Yeah.
Cool. So how did you and Patrick meet?
On Bumble.
Oh, did you? Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
We swiped
cool.
right around COVID, right when COVID was about to go full force.
Okay.
And
Was it before, or
right
had
before,
it
like
hit?
the week before?
Okay.
And then
Wow.
like during the week that we started talking, everything was shutting down. And
Good timing, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that was probably nice to have a new relationship during that time when everyone else is
Yeah.
depressed, you're falling in love. And they're like, fuck you.
Yeah, a little bit. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, because if you don't have anyone like during that time, like you'll just drive yourself crazy.
Right. My
you know.
friend and I would spend a lot of time together with our dogs. We'd
Yeah.
just play, just be together and hang out, and then be on Bumble at first.
Yeah.
And then I met Patrick, and we went on a walk with Winston, and I was a little nervous because I was still going in the office, and he said he didn't mind, and so I was like, okay, I'll keep my distance. I'll take a test, make sure that we're okay to meet. And we met, walked Winston, and that started everything.
There we go. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's a good
And
story.
you're right. It was very helpful to have someone
Yeah.
during COVID, and the way our relationship grew, we just connected so quickly, and he's just such a friendly, outgoing person. It
Yeah.
made me feel comfortable instantly almost, and so it was just easy to build that relationship with him. So it was definitely nice during COVID. you're
Yeah.
right.
And I remember when he joined, because Dan was telling me about him, and are you friends with one of Brandy's sisters? Okay.
Yeah, Brandy's friend. Yeah.
Okay. So
that's right,
Dan's
yeah.
wife, Brandy. Yeah. He said, he was just telling me, I was like, oh, who's this new guy? And he's like, he's dating one of, it was Brandy's sisters. Yeah. You're
Yeah.
friends with what
Yeah.
sister is it?
Well, it's her. So my friend Allie and Dan's wife Brandy went
Yeah.
to college together.
Okay.
We all went to OSU together,
Oh,
and they
okay.
were roommates. And Allie and I worked at Applebee's together. So
Okay.
when Allie had her bachelorette party, I went with
So it's
Brandy.
Brandy. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Cool.
then I met her, and then when Patrick started, this was, I don't even know how many, maybe a year or two before.
Yeah.
we met, and then once, I think he was in like someone put an Instagram story up, and
Yeah.
and my friend Allie saw Dan in the background, and she's like, "What?" And she's like, "Is that Dan?" Like, and then we made the connection that
Oh,
that we all
that's
knew
cool.
each
That's
other.
awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Really neat. Wow. So that was in 2020 when you guys, or 2019.
2020 when we
20.
first met.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we are getting married, and you guys are getting married, and then you're having another celebration, right?
Yeah, the original plan was to elope in Hawaii, and then our families wanted legally to get married here so they could see it, they'd be a part of it, which
Yeah.
I did too, to be
Yeah.
honest, just because I'm an only child. But
Yeah.
yeah, so we decided to get married here on April 1st, keep our anniversaries all in line, our dating and engagement anniversary. So
Oh,
it worked
cool.
out, yeah. April
Yeah.
1st is kind of funny, so we're like,
Yeah.
"Yes."
Yeah.
Whenever he proposed, I asked my friend, I was like, this is for real, right? Like, this is it.
Because it was on April.
It was
Yeah.
on April 1st. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah. Oh,
I like the
wow.
It's a
continuity.
joke.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's really
Easy to
cool.
remember, too.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. That's great. So you guys are flying out to Hawaii. How long are you going to be there?
We'll be there a full week.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, we'll fly back, and it'll be really nice to be there and be away and
Yeah.
have fun.
Is your family staying there at the same
Actually,
place?
our families aren't going.
Okay.
Unfortunately, they either couldn't make it or didn't.
That's a
want
long
to
way to go,
fly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So is it-
they're not going to be there. Just us.
Well, the original plan with eloping was to invite our families and what would have been our bridal party, and because it was going to be so small, we just
Yeah.
were like people that would meant the most to us and could fly out there. And when we found out it was Easter weekend, because we didn't know at the time,
Yeah.
because Easter's all over the place.
Yeah.
So when we first planned it, our families couldn't either fly or didn't want to make the trip out there, which is understandable. And then some of our friends couldn't make it due to Easter and
Yeah.
being here with their kids and stuff. So, So anyways, it ended up being like Aaron.
I
is
thought I heard him
going,
talking
and
about
Josh
it.
is
Yeah.
going, and
Cool.
and Carolyn's able to go.
Oh, awesome.
Adam Colliver was going to go, and he wasn't
Yeah.
able to. So, so some people from the gym were going to go. And then, yeah, that's pretty much everyone from.
Okay, that's
Cool.
cool. Well, what's funny is when we were engaged, I had always said that I wanted to go away, and no offense to my family, but I was like, the more I thought about it, my honeymoon is also like their vacation. And I'm like, I want some separation.
Yeah.
I love them, but I kind of want to be on my own and have my own time.
Yeah.
And so it's cool that you kind of get to do that.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, because it's just, you can kind of relax a little more, not worry if, you know, everyone's having a good time.
You have to
And that's
entertain.
really
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Have you been to Hawaii?
No, we
Okay,
haven't.
cool.
Yeah, that's where we wanted to go for our honeymoon.
Yeah.
And that's where we ended
Yeah.
up being like, it was a lot to plan. And so I
Yeah.
was like, do you want to just elope and go to Hawaii?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
And he had put the idea in my head before, and I was like, I would never elope. I would never do that. I don't want to have all the stress of flying a dress out there and everything. And then the more I was trying to plan it here and the costs and everything, I was like,
It's so crazy.
never mind. Let's just do that.
Well, like,
Sure.
like Patrick was saying, you say wedding and they just put like an extra like wedding tax
Yep.
on everything. So yeah. So then when will your celebration be back here?
We haven't planned it that far yet,
Yeah.
but we do want to have a nice reception for everybody to be able to come and celebrate
Yeah.
all together. More relaxed, and so it'll
Yeah.
be much more fun. We can actually enjoy the time with all of our friends and family too.
Yeah. That's really neat. That's really cool.
Do you guys have a gym that you're going to when you're
Of
there?
course.
I know. That's why I want to ask.
Yeah,
I
what
know
gym
that's
are you going
I
to?
can't get through
It'll
a
be the
CrossFit
first.
podcast without. So you guys scope that out ahead of
Yeah,
time. Cool.
Patrick actually looked into it and did a great job because we wanted to make sure there was an open gym option too, just in case we want to do strength.
Yeah, you want to
training,
do the
anything on
stuff that you
side.
guys stay in.
Yeah,
line
hit her
with your
accessories, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, exactly. How to get better.
Can't slack for a week.
Yeah. And so we're going to CrossFit Oahu, and they have a really nice setup there. And everyone in Hawaii seems friendly, but the owner seems really great. And and it's funny because they actually have different time schedules than what we're used to, but they have like a dedicated class for 40 plus, so they must have a
Okay.
good solid master's
Yeah.
class.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
you know, it's just pretty cool.
That is cool.
And they have a great open gym option. So yeah, we're really excited about it.
CrossFit got big in Hawaii actually before it was even like out this way. So CrossFit in the earlier days, there was a lot of boxes in Hawaii because it's not close to California, but kind of, you know, in the way that it's like, that's where you always fly into. People go from
a
Hawaii
lot of people
back.
from California like to go, like Amy loves to go out.
Yeah,
to
they go
Hawaii.
back
Yeah.
and forth a lot. So CrossFit got big in Hawaii to the point where they had a Hawaii only like sectional or regional back in the early days of it.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
meaning like it had its own like whole qualifier
Wow.
because there was the percentile of CrossFitters there. It deemed that it was like a qualifier just for the
Okay.
Hawaii Islands.
awesome.
So it was big.
Yeah.
So some of the boxes, maybe the one you're going to, it could be
Is that
older
kind of
than
like
ours.
what you were talking about with Puerto Rico? And how it was like kind of its own entity with Reese being like fittest in Puerto Rico, like it was kind of considered its own sort of.
Yeah, but that was later on when they like
Okay.
started doing with like countries. But basically what they would do is like, you know, Canada would have its own one. California actually had, I think, multiple regionals at one point because
Okay.
so much of the CrossFit and CrossFitters and
Yeah.
boxes were concentrated there back in like 2010.
Okay.
2009,
Yeah.
2010. So Hawaii was at one point, like it had its own one.
Wow.
They had really cool events, I remember too. It was kind of like a skills test that they did for their qualifier. It was back in 2010 maybe. But see when that gym started. It might be
Okay.
interesting. It might be like a 2008
Oh, look,
or
yeah.
something, you know. It might be like one of the really
Patrick
old
probably already
ones.
knows.
Yeah. I love the
I'll
like
look at it,
history
yeah.
of the stuff like that.
That's really cool.
Hawaii has like a good history of it, and it's nice and warm. So anywhere in the early days, because it was, you know, so like grassroots, like no one had any money. A lot of it was done outside.
Right.
So, and you could do stuff
I love to go to those
365
gyms
days.
that are still
Yeah.
like partially like indoor, outdoor.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool.
Yeah, we've been to a few like that.
Yeah, I like that. So you
We
fly
got a
out.
rig outside here.
Yeah.
They're out there doing it.
Yeah, we do.
Pretty depressing looking today
Yeah.
with our weather.
Yeah, right.
So you fly out Thursday, and you arrive. When do you arrive?
We arrive at 1:30 their time.
On
So,
Friday.
On Thursday.
On Thursday.
Yeah, so we go back.
Okay.
So the way
Okay.
home
Oh,
is
that's
gonna be a
right.
little
Yes. Yes. So then when do you get married?
We get married on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we're really
okay.
praying for no delays.
Yeah,
and
yeah. Do you have anything you're going to do to help you with recovery, like IVs or anything like that?
Patrick looked into it.
Okay, I
and
wondered.
We were debating it, but I was like, I don't know. We don't know how our bodies are going to react to
Right.
it. I'm sure it'll only be
Right.
positive. Since
We did that when we were in Vegas, and then I saw some. I think it's Kristen Cavallari does that before every photo shoot.
Really?
That when she flies, she lands and immediately gets an IV. So I'm like, well, there's something to that. There was a time period where he and I were on a kick of doing it every week.
Really?
That was
it can
like
get addicting.
That was for like 2 weeks, but
Do you
it was
feel
too long.
amazing?
You
after?
do, you
Okay.
do. And, but we would mainly do it on Sunday to erase whatever we did Saturday, which was probably also not good for us. But then in Vegas, we did it like we were going.
we went to
We're
a
going
pool
to a pool party
yeah.
and we just wanted to feel
Yeah.
good. So I think we
The next day.
Yeah, we kind of went
So
out
we could
that
do it
evening,
again.
but then
Yeah, that's
we wanted
fine.
to all feel good. So I think we all got like a little of the bloat thing, and it worked. I will say, like I felt really good, and it
Maybe
worked.
we'll
So
reconsider.
yeah,
we worked out and then we did the IVs.
I was like, man, we
and
all
then-
look good.
And then we were off to the races again.
That's what we need before.
yeah.
So it brought you back. I remember thinking, because I was fairly hung that day, and I remember being down around a 2, do that little workout, and then we did that, and I was back to about an 8 out of 10. I wasn't 100%,
Yeah.
but
That's a pretty
but
good
normally
recovery.
like from the
for
day
sure.
before, like now.
And especially like the jet lag, how you'll feel.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you won't be like partying.
I
on
would
the way
want to
there,
lay
but
around all
You
weekend.
probably feel
know?
similar, where it almost feels like you have a hangover when you fly for that long.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
but yeah, it might just be something to
Good
look
thing to
into.
reconsider. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's exciting.
Any
That's
cool
really
things you're doing there? Like, do you have? I'm sure you guys are planners, so like, do you like
volcanoes?
that type of stuff?
Yeah.
Anything you're looking forward to?
We definitely want to do a hike, at least one hike, because it's going to be so beautiful.
Yeah.
And there's going to be so many amazing spots to go see. We're going to Kulo Ranch on Saturday, which is where they filmed Jurassic Park. And
sweet.
I think a couple other movies too. So you can ride on these UTVs. I guess they have it's like an ATV, but it has the little hood over top. And so we can ride around on those, and they take us to all the different spots. And Jurassic Park's Patrick's favorite movie, so
Yeah.
we're really excited to go see it.
Cool.
And it'll be fun to drive around on that.
Yeah.
And we're getting a massage one day, and we might go scuba diving. So
Sweet.
Yeah, he is a big scuba diver. I found out.
I know. I
which
need
is
to
really-
talk to him
fun
about
fact.
that
Brandon
more.
wants to get into that, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I just don't know if I have that. Have you done it before?
I've never. So
I'm
we had
scared.
to look for an inexperienced and experienced dive
Yeah.
together. Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna do it with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna
Cool.
try. We're hoping.
Yeah,
to. It'd be
that's really
fun.
neat. Well,
I
let me know how it goes, and I'll
Thank
decide
you.
if I ever try.
I do a lot of snorkeling, but I haven't got my license or
It
whatever.
looks
for this.
awesome.
I know.
Yeah.
It looks
does,
really
it
cool.
does.
The whole
Yeah.
thing just scares the crap out of me.
I know. When my manager found out I was doing it, she's like, "Make sure you come back. Be okay." You have to
Yeah.
decompress for like 24 hours before you fly too. Otherwise, you,
Okay. The
It'll mess with you.
yeah,
okay.
I forget what it's called, but
Getting
yeah,
the bends or
the
whatever.
bends,
Yeah.
yeah.
what is that? With
It's just
the
the dealing with the
pressure?
pressures and stuff in
Yeah.
your ears and your head and blood pressure and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Can it cause clotting or something? What?
I don't know.
Sorry, not to. Don't.
I don't remember.
It's bad for your
But
body.
it's
You'll
definitely
be
not
fine.
good.
Yeah.
It's
We're
like when you don't
definitely
want to
gonna
come
make sure
up
to
too
do it.
fast. You have to
Right.
like
Yeah.
come up, stop, come up, stop.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Let your body kind of
Yeah.
reacclimate.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. Well, thank you so much for coming on today, Kim. I mean, you.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, and we wish you the best.
Yeah,
And
thank
this is
you.
just
We
a celebration of
appreciate it.
you now.
Yeah, Kim has been like the model member, winning our contests,
Supporting. I really appreciate your
yeah,
support.
coming to our socials. Like she's here every day. She's just like everything we want in a member. So thank you.
It's been exciting joining because I was so nervous at first. You know, I was like, I don't want him to be annoyed that I'm just tagging along and doing all these things. And and I knew a few people like Aaron, you know, and everybody, but then I came, and the community here, like everyone's just been so supportive and excited for even the little wins. So that's what has really kept me coming. And just being honest, it's been so nice to have and making new friends like Miyako. We were able to get closer that way, and just things like that. So it's been, and Patrick's really been helping me with, you know, when I first joined too, to make sure I knew where everything was, because I was really nervous. I didn't know where anything would even be. So thank you guys for even creating such a wondererful place to be a part of. So
it's been great to watch you, and just like that last workout, it's like, man, this is so cool. We've got to have you on.
Oh, thank you.
It was
so
really
much.
inspiring. So you've inspired us.
Oh, great. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Keep rocking it out and have a great wedding.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.